What's going on, everybody? It's your homeboy Lil and the place to be. And right now we're about to go ahead and check in on the homeboy's new video, Atozy. And we got the IRL streamer Vitaly. I guess he's facing 24 real Philippine years. Like, we're about to see how that goes for him. So let's go ahead and check it in right quick.
Picking the country to be a nuisance in, the Philippines. I don't know why you would ever want to come to the Philippines and go live with the title Disturbing the Peace in the Philippines, as that is probably one of the last countries I would ever want to.
Why are you going to go ahead and disturb the peace in the Philippines? What did the Philippines ever do, as far as I know, to anybody? At least recently. At least recently. You feel me?
To have that title in my stream, let alone go around and harass people and then steal multiple items while live streaming yourself doing so. It's like the influencer version of Darwinism. And his actions are definitely catching up to him here now because he was just perp walked out in front of the entire country.
Perp walked.
Secretary John Vic Remulla will now make a statement.
Bro, it's always the big muscle bound meathead dudes that like nothing going on up here other than, oh, me like gym, food now. Like, oh, I swear, like, stay in school, kids.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat.
Yeah, the smirk he had during his arrest and mugshot, that's completely gone. Dude, he was warned multiple times. He didn't care. He just openly embraced going to jail in the Philippines on his stream. And now he's in even more trouble than what I think he's ever been in his life. And that really, really sets the bar when you look at his situation that happened in Miami. Because if you have a...
First of all, hold on there, man. Hold on. This is my favorite picture, bro. Because it's like, bro, who raised this dude? Like, who's this dude's parents? Guardians, legal guard, like somebody failed him, yo. I shouldn't be laughing at that type of shit, but somebody failed him.
Because if you have a horrific attack on your record and somehow you're in more trouble than what you were then, oh boy. So what are they charging him for?
Vitaly engaged in multiple disruptive and inappropriate acts, including attempting to kiss and grab him, trying to seize his service firearm, taking videos of him without consent, mocking other security guards, and vlogging without a permit in BGC. Also, in Vitaly's latest video in BGC, nakita siyang sumasakay ng patrol motorcycle na walang abiso.
Oh, wow.
Y'all remember this. We saw this in that last video we were watching where Vitaly's out here going up to the dude. I wish I already had it pulled up, but he pulls up to bro on a motorcycle, the security guard of the mall, I think. Like, I think he believed he was the actual police over there, but he was just mall security. Like, and he's just messing with bro, steals his bike, all this. Damn. That's the ass kids, honestly.
There's just a whole plethora of charges here that can be disastrous for him. They're also talking not just fully English, they're speaking tag-along with English, which I think they call Taglish. So I had to transcribe a lot of this to actually understand what is going on and then run it through ChatGPT and then have ChatGPT essentially tell me what they were saying. So it's not fully spot on yet, but that's what happens when we're trying to break this news. So here we have, I guess, the charges against Vitaly, which aren't 100% set in stone from what I can tell, because he just kind of threw out a lot of the things that happened that they're investigating him for. So first you have unjust vexation, which is engaging in behavior that caused annoyance and distress to others. Then you have alarm and scandal, which is actions that disturb public peace and order. Then you had attempted theft, which was trying to unlawfully take a security guard's firearm. That's a serious charge. That is, like, did this happen?
I don't remember bro trying to take his gun, or firearm. I'm sorry about that. But I don't remember that. That's crazy.
Been after my coverage? Did this happen after he was arrested? I don't remember that being on the stream that I skimmed through. That is a serious charge. Okay, then you have the...
Okay, so we didn't actually get into that in that video. I'm glad, because I was like, I would have remembered that for real. Like, I remember the bike. I remember the motorcycle.
2 counts of theft if they go after him for taking the motorcycle and the industrial fan, and then also that face mask, but they returned the face mask pretty quickly. So we'll see what they do there. Then you have the threatening to rob an old lady as well. But what I didn't know until now is apparently if you steal a motorcycle in the Philippines, you can actually get up to life in prison. And this is all due to a newer and stricter law that they put in place around 2016. Now, will he get life?
Yeah, they need that on the whole West Coast. Car napping, life in prison. Cars are expensive.
Prison,
yeah,
there's no way. But the fact that you would even go to a country and do something that can give you a maximum of life in prison is insane. I am seeing multiple locals say that he could be facing up to 24 years in prison, as it's up to 12 years for each of the counts of theft there. And that's just the theft cases alone. And then you have all these other charges up here as well. So will he get this amount of time? Probably not. But I don't think he's going to just leave the country next week, to put it lightly. It seems like they very...
I don't think so either, y'all. Car napping, apparently. Taking an officer's firearm. Really, honestly, just being disrespectful. And honestly, why would you act like this in a country where everybody has their own sets of laws? Like, why would you want to go to a country where you can't even speak the language? You know what I mean, bro? So if you go to their prison system, you don't even know what those mazubabubas around you are even saying in the convo. They could be saying, yo, we jumping, bro, tonight. Bump that. 5 minutes, we meeting, bro. You don't even know. Messing around, bro. And I think he was like 35 or something like that.
Much so want to charge him. So then they go on to say that charges also stem from incidents where Vitaly is seen grabbing a security guard's hat, attempting to seize another guard's firearm, and threatening to rob a woman in Bonifacio Global C. Now, Secretary Ramola, who is the guy that essentially had him perp walked out there in front of the whole country, now he said that Vitaly will not be deported immediately, but will remain in the Bureau of Immigration Detention Facility to face the charges filed against him. He also emphasized that no special treatment will be given, stating that we're done with foreigners who only insult Filipinos. This is an example that we are serious here in our country, and we won't let them belittle us. And they also stated that authorities are seeking Vitaly's cameraman, who may also face charges for enabling a commission of crime. This is a stark contrast from what we've seen Japan do with Johnny Somali, and now maybe even South Korea with Johnny Somali, as they seem to be playing way more softball with him there. In the Philippines, they're not messing around. They had him perp walk down in front of the whole country within a week of an arrest. Within the week of him doing it, they arrested him right away. They arrested him 2 days after my video on him. They arrested him on the 3rd of April. Now on the 7th of April, they're having him perp walked out in front of the entire country saying, hey, we're gonna make an example out of this guy. This is not okay. This is crazy. Why, as an influencer, would you ever go mess around and do this kind of content, especially not in your home country? Fair enough if you actually understand the laws of the place that you're in, but still, please never do stuff like this, because again, I want to live in a world where I can...
Bros, actually, the homie Atozy about to go in right now on it, but like, how would y'all feel? And you know, I'm sure they have other IRL influencers around the world in other countries, you know, that do stuff like this. But like, as an American citizen, how do you feel if somebody just came into the country and started doing this right here? Wouldn't you be offended? Like, wouldn't you be like, hey, bro, you acting up? And whenever he's like, I don't care, and actually, I'm gonna take your hat off your head. Officer comes up, I'm gonna take his gun. Actually, oh, actually, I'm skirting off on the whip. Like, you would be like, take that man to prison right now. So why are these people going to another person's country that they love, feel all the same pride for, and belittle them and make them feel inferior, like, for no reason? What, like I said, what Filipinos ever do to you? Damn.
Walk around in public without having to worry about being harassed by an IRL streamer. Is that so much to ask for? And I feel like everyone in the world deserves that very basic right. If you're out in public, you shouldn't have some IRL streamer harassing you to try to get some sort of reaction so they can monetize it for their live stream. It's just unacceptable. But continuing, it says Vitaly's actions have drawn significant criticism and authorities are committed to ensuring accountability for his conduct in the Philippines.
Yep.
Here's a little snippet where he says that Vitaly has to take accountability for his own content.
People have to take responsibility for the content they create. It is not a license to shame or to hurt or to besmirch anyone. A vlog, ang social media, ay may kaakibat na responsibilidad.
But then Vitaly gets in trouble during the press conference because for some reason the dude just can't stay serious even though his freedom is literally on the line here. Bro's freedom is literally at stake. And speaking of the other stake, he's also now banned from Cake.com. So that stake deal is gone. He has officially been 404'd as he was so worried about becoming.
Before we give our next question, may I just remind Mr. Vitaly to respect the secretary while he is speaking and not say anything or gesture anything that is out of the ordinary. Thank you so much. So may we call on Mr. Rambo from DZXL.
Oh boy, that is the stare of a man who wants to put you under the prison. Vitaly is in for a rough time. Who would have known that harassing people and just making an absolute fool out of yourself and I guess the platform that you represent would get you banned? I feel like it's pretty obvious.
There's the money.
But I guess people need to be made examples of so others will learn. Because at the end of the day, no one wants this. And not even
Yo, and honestly, I could feel this. And obviously you mature and you grow up and you do all this. Maybe you were even born with this whole sense or whatever. But I think I had to even get out of a certain point in my life where it's like, man, I got a good job. I'm doing this and I ain't out there doing anything like this. But you know, whenever you might be a little like you think back on something and you're like, I might have been a little bit out of pocket out there. Like, I really was feeling way too familiar in all this. And you knew in the back of your mind at that point, you're like, man, I got this money though. I'm making this bread. I'm doing what I need to do. And it's like, but once you get fired or 404 and that deal's gone, you feel stupid. I know you do. I know he has to feel like that right now, bro. Like, damn.
even Kick wants
Have
this
the
because
steak
Kick
deal.
does not want to risk being banned in a whole country. So they're just gonna quickly ban and get rid of whatever streamer that causes a commotion like that. But then a journalist asked if Vitaly is allowed to speak.
Good morning, Secretary Jess Cruzat from ABS-CBN News. May I ask if Mr. Vitaly is allowed to speak?
No, not today. Only in the formal inquest.
All right. Okay.
I mean, you could see Vitaly's disappointment there. This is such an insane situation that's just so incredibly self-inflicted, like so many of the other stories that we cover. Why would you ever do this to yourself and to other people? But something I was not expecting was being credited by the police for arresting him or for finding out about this. Because here a day ago, the Taguig City police station posted criminal charges filed against YouTuber Vitaly over viral VGC incident. The Taguig police station has taken swift and divisive action in response against a viral video involving Russian-American YouTuber Vitaly, who is now facing multiple criminal complaints following an incident at Bonifacio Global City that drew widespread public outrage. Authorities immediately launched an investigation after receiving reports from local residents and security personnel who allegedly harassed the foreign content creator. Police gathered statements, reviewed complaints before the city's prosecutor's office on April 3rd, 2025. They also coordinated with hotel management and the local establishments in the area to secure evidence and ensure accountability. The incident stemmed from a video posted on April 1st, 2025 by the YouTube channel Atozy, titled "Scumbag IRL Streamer Destroys His Life in the Philippines Live." That title aged very well now. Was not expecting to see my video in an official police statement though. I just saw his live stream and I was like, there's no way this guy's this stupid to be doing that there. So I made a video on it. The video, which has reached over 600,000 views, shows Vitaly aggressively approaching and filming people in the street in Taguig. Vitaly, 32, was reportedly staying in a hotel in Fort Bonifacio during the visit. On March 31st, around 11 a.m., he was seen walking along Bonifacio High Street where the incident took place. He was caught on video confronting several individuals while making live streaming content for social media. According to reports, these affected include security guards and workers in the area. One guard said that Vitaly forcefully pulled his ID from his neck. Another worker said that the YouTuber took his hat without permission, while a third, also a security guard personnel, claimed that the foreigner tried to grab his service firearm. Yeah, okay, so I mean, that is a serious charge. Recognizing the suspect's foreign nationality, the Taguig police also coordinated with the Bureau of Immigration to determine possible violations of immigration laws. A formal request was sent to the BI for updates of the YouTuber's current status for guidance and further action. Taguig authorities have issued a strong reminder to all visitors and online content creators to respect local laws, warning that actions meant to harass or humiliate people, whether it's on camera or not, can have serious consequences. The Taguig City Police Station assured the public that they're continuing to monitor the case and are committed to protecting residents.
Bro is in trouble. I know people, you know what I mean, and they don't got no raps like this is great. Like, this is one of those, like, you're in the Twilight Zone bizarro world, like you're in the upside down, like, because why would you do all this? Like I said, in any country, even if he was in his own country, why would you do all this to get charges like this that are weird as hell? Like, bro ain't in the streets, he ain't on the block, he's not even doing white collared crimes in office buildings. These are weird crimes. Like, damn.
From similar incidents in the future. I mean, shout out the Philippines for handling this so quickly. And also, like, this should definitely not scare anyone from going to the Philippines, because they want tourism there. They just don't want people to be live streaming and harassing people in public. It's very easy to go visit a country and not act like the town. That's crazy being in an official Filipino police statement. Shout out to all my Filipinos. I love you guys. I'm currently in a different setup, as you.
Bro, all right, we're gonna stop it right there. That was wild. And now that I've been getting into the whole IRL streamers from the last video I did a review on from bro. Why would you do this to yourself? And I get that you're getting the money, you're getting the deals, you're going places, you're seeing things you've never seen. But why would you act like this? It's weird. Like, I would like to know who the parents or legal guardians of this man are, because I don't know, man, but I want to hear what you guys had to say. So go ahead in the comments, hit me up, like, share, subscribe, the whole thing. Thank y'all so much. I do understand that y'all could have been anywhere in the world, anywhere on the internet, but y'all came to kick it with me, and I do appreciate that. It's your homeboy Lil. Until next time, logging out. Holla at you next time. Preach.